You know, I see a lot of videos where people are saying narcissistic people can't love, it's impossible to love, all these things, you know? And they don't know, they're not a narcissist, so they don't know what you feel, okay? They have an idea because you've dealt with a narcissist, you've been abused by a narcissist, you've been lied to, you've been gaslit, you've been love bombed, given a silent treatment, cheated on, all of those things. I get it, I understand that. But narcissistic people weren't born this way. We were created. I was created. And I don't curse, but people, places, and events fucked me up, right? And so from that point on, I had this feeling of not wanting to love, not wanting to care. But I wasn't created this way. I wasn't born this way. I was created this way. So when I was born, like most people and everybody in this world, you're born with a heart, with a natural ability to give, to care, to love, to understand, to be concerned, right? But then you develop these bad traits, these negative traits, because of fear of being discarded as a kid, which I was, a fear of being abused and molested as a kid. You know, I put trust in people that's supposed to protect me and love me, but they didn't. I was abandoned, you know, and I talk about my mother abandoning me, my mother discarding me. And I talk about having my father's ways about, you know, the women that he liked. And then I started liking the type of women that he liked. I didn't like a wholesome, down-to-earth, successful, professional woman. I started liking women that were easy, you know, easy access, and the ones that were the path of least resistance. So I started liking those. So I blame both my parents for equally. I tried my best because my parents were great parents. They were loving parents. They were caring parents. They took care of me and my brothers and my sister. And so people are saying, oh, narcissistic people can't love, it's impossible. And that's not true. You know, I took the path of narcissism as a kid, not saying that I was a narcissist as a kid, no. But the traits, you know, being overbearing, being having low self-esteem, no confidence, being, you know, cocky, being arrogant, being conceited, knowing how to lie, knowing how to cheat, knowing how to steal, knowing how to deceive and mislead, and all of these things. I became very competitive when I got into the Navy. I was, very outgoing, very social, outspoken, exploited women. All of those things, I had those traits. I developed them. I wasn't born this way. So people should stop telling other people that, oh, it's impossible that they can't love and all this stuff, because I'm trying to give people hope, you know. And of course, a narcissistic person has these traits and they're deeply, deeply rooted, you know, until you get therapy, you're not going to change. That's true. You're not going to want to change. That's true, because you don't think there's anything wrong with you. You think you're the best thing that ever happened to these men and women out here. If it's a woman that's like me, she thinks she's the best woman that this man has ever had, right? If it's another man like me, he thinks he's the best man this woman has ever had. So I would like to ask people to stop saying that, oh, it's impossible, they can't change, they just can't do it, it's just not in them. You know, and so what happens is I develop these other traits, right? These other traits to push people away, these other traits to discard people, these other traits to not love. When I was 15 years old, there was a girl that said, you know, Leon, I love you. And I was like, what the fuck, what? And I took off, I ran, and then I would see her off and on. She said, there's something wrong with you. You know, I told you I love you and you left me. This happened over and over and over and over again in my life. Not just with my ex-girlfriends, not just with my ex-wife, but when I was a teenager. And so I developed these traits not knowing where I was going. I wasn't going down the empath path, but I was going down the path of destruction, the path of hate, the path of discard, the path of ghosting, the path of being emotionally detached, okay, the path of avoidance, the path of escapism. I developed these paths. So I wasn't born this way. I was created this way by people, places, events that just fucked me up, right? My parents getting divorced, that messed me up. My uncle touching my penis and my balls from ages off and on 10 and 12, that messed me up, right? Seeing my mother get punched in the mouth, seeing my mother get choked, and seeing my mother get beat. All of these things. So I developed these traits. I wasn't born this way, ladies and gentlemen. Narcissistic people are not born this way. They choose to go this way as a means of protection, all right, as a means of survival. And I know throughout my path and my career and my life, I hurt a lot of women. I didn't want to hurt women. It started feeling good to ghost and discard and get away and hide and sneak. It started to feel good to have a lot of supply. It did. I didn't want to be this way. And so this is how I was in therapy, talking to somebody that received me, talking to somebody that understood me. I didn't want to be this way, but I developed these traits. It became inherent for me to act this way to protect my heart. Because as a little kid, I once had a good heart. If you want to see and understand if a narcissistic person can actually, like, you think they might love something or someone, see how they act around kids or animals. If he has a snake, he loves that snake. I have a dog. I love my dog. And so in therapy, my therapist said, well, Leon, can you find something out that you can find something that you love about these women? And I started thinking, I'm like, yeah, I can. I had a girlfriend that I liked her little square forehead. You know, I love my ex-wife's hair, you know, her lips. I love my ex-girlfriend's lips. You know, I loved her personality. I love my ex-wife's laugh and her personality. And those little things I had to start thinking about. But when I started thinking about these things in therapy, I was already single. I was gone. They were gone. They were broken. I destroyed them. So she set me up for success later on in life. So now when I meet a woman, it's like, okay, I look at other things that start aside from just sex, right? You know, her personality, the way she listens, the way we talk, the way she can get me to open up. There are women right now that know how to get me to open up. It's all about your delivery. So I would like to ask people to stop saying that it's impossible, that they can't love you. They don't know how to do what they do. I did know how to do. I just knew how to do other things that were demonic. I knew how to do other things that fed my flesh. I knew how to do other things that fed my addictions, right? And so I saw this man the other day saying, oh, that's impossible that narcissistic people, they can't just connect with a therapy. Well, that's a lie. Because how do you have 70% of men narcissistic and 30% of women that are narcissistic? Because somebody's diagnosing them. And then they say men on the leading edge of being narcissistic. Somebody's diagnosing us so we can connect with therapists. That's disrespectful to therapists, saying that they're sitting there and they're putting in all of this work and they're doing all this study and they got the residency and internship, and then now, oh, I don't know how to diagnose a person. That's a lie. So to give people hope, narcissistic people can find a way to love, to understand what love is. I didn't know because I didn't feel it as a kid, because at age 11, boom, I'm out. I'm in the streets, right? I've been molested. My parents got divorced. My mother's getting beat up. My father's an alcoholic. My mother's a crack addict. What am I supposed to do? Be a loving, caring person? Hell no. Then I joined the Navy and it just gets worse and worse and worse. I'm with these exotic women. I'm with these other men that are just like me, that watch porn, that love fighting, that love cheating. And I'm around that. So I became a product of my environment, right? So my therapist said, well, you just will have to work on exchanges, Leon. And I was 47 years old. I'm 57 now. It's been 10 years for me, right? So stop saying it's impossible. Give people hope. And that's why I do these videos, because I don't care if people are going to say in the video, oh, it's impossible, whatever. You're not me, all right? So I just want to give people hope. I want to help people. I'm going to continue helping people with my story. So that's how I feel about it. Let me know what y'all think. Enjoy your day, your night. Love each other, care about each other. Get rid of the dysfunction. Stop fighting and start arguing. It's too much drama in this world for us to be creating more by saying narcissistic people can't do these things. They can do it if they want to. They have to be in therapy. They have to get training. They have to implement what they learn in therapy and get out and go into rehab and change their circle, change their bad habits, change their ideas, change their thoughts. Start thinking positive. It's a struggle. It's hard. I do it every day. These videos will make me strong. This is therapy for me. All right, y'all have a great day.